information, sharing tips, sharing leads, which ultimately led to the arrest of a dangerous suspect, and just assure our communities that you have all of our commitments to continue this partnership in keeping each of our communities safe. Thank you.
Once again, the efforts and this hard work goes to the credit of the detectives. The working relationship that you see here, we learned years ago that thieves, crooks, and dirtbags know no boundaries. They don't know county lines. So it takes teamwork and the sheriff's offices and the police departments to come together, form a bond, and say no matter where they go, we'll trail them, we'll find them, we'll catch them, we'll hold them responsible. This is just another fine example of the men and women that do their job each and every day to keep our community safe. And like I say again, all the kudos and credits go to the men and women that are out there chasing this guy, because this guy was dangerous. He was bringing harm into our communities. He was waving a pistol, a firearm possibly, that they believed to obtain goods, and taking from righteous, hard-working people. To me, that's the lowest form of life that there is in our communities, and they need to be held responsible. And thanks to the efforts of these men and women, he'll now be held accountable for those crimes. Thank you.
Echo the statements made by the sheriff before me. This was a phenomenal effort by multiple agencies to bring this individual to justice. We had a single robbery in Alachua County in one of our outlying areas. It was a single individual armed with a pistol, came in, stole cash, held people there. Your typical robbery situation. We put out information immediately with the clothing that we identified from surveillance videos, as well as a vehicle. It was very distinctive. And through the sharing of that information, we were able to coordinate with these agencies and come up with this suspect and put this individual behind bars and bring him to justice. It was very, very well done by all of our agencies.
Thank you, Lieutenant. This is also a perfect opportunity for us to highlight a partnership that has existed for many years and predates myself and Sheriff Cook as sheriff, which is known as the Four Corners Agreement, which is actually a collective partnership between Alachua, Clay, Bradford, and Putnam counties, which allows us to work together and cooperatively to solve crimes like this. In addition, we also have a partnership with Clay and with Bradford in the form of a task force, which we refer to as the Trident Task Force. And had it not been for the Four Corners Agreement, which we've all entered into collectively, and the Trident Task Force, this case would have never been possible. This dangerous criminal that was terrorizing our communities would still be out on the street today. So again, thanks to the hard work and dedication of the men and women who worked tirelessly behind the scenes for in excess of 13 days to bring this case to closure. Thank you.
Any questions?
So would he just walk in, kind of just wave the gun around, take the cash out of the register and leave? That was kind of his MO?
Sure. So he would walk in the store, make some demands for the cash, and as I said earlier, between the 5 businesses that he robbed in 3 counties, there was an excess of $6,000 that was actually stolen.
It was mentioned to us before that this person does not have a prior criminal history. Is that correct?
I don't have his criminal history in front of me. I'll be happy to furnish that information to you, though.
Did he give any reason why he just started doing this sudden burst of robberies?
We can only speculate. Our belief is that he was trying to make a breakout into a drug distribution network, and this was his way of generating some capital to start out in that venture.
What made y'all think that or get to that conclusion? That's super specific.
Sure. So that was information that we gleaned through some interviews that we did.
Pardon me if this has been mentioned already, but do you believe that he was working alone?
We don't have any indication to lead us to believe that he was working with anyone else. We believe that there were no other accomplices and that he committed these crimes independently.
And is there any indication that, or of how exactly the businesses were identified as potential targets?
Not to my knowledge. Criminals look for places of opportunity to commit crimes. The majority of these, with the exception of the one in Palatka, were at fairly rural locations where there's not a lot of traffic.
We talked to at least one of the people who said they were held at gunpoint during all of this, and the one person mentioned they were very frightened. They didn't really know what was going on. Can you give us any insight to what the other victims' experiences were during this process? Was it quick? Were they held for a long time?
No, we don't have any indication to believe that they were held for an extended period of time, but I can only imagine the fright and the devastation that someone experiences when someone puts a gun in their face and makes demands like this piece of garbage did.
What kind of charges is he looking at?
So right now, he's charged with 5 counts of armed robbery. There's an additional warrant for his arrest that will hopefully be obtained later this afternoon pertaining to the robbery at the Domino's in Palatka.
Do you have any idea how long that would be in prison or jail?
Well, there's sometime between a day in jail and 30 years.
That's a great
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You can always, we'll be holding you probably for most appreciated. You got great people.
Some aliens got some time about it. That's a rare commodity now. But Joe and I would like to come up and have lunch with him just to take your